going on, guys, and welcome to another meal prep video. For this one, I don't have a food scale. I'm at my girlfriend's house, so I didn't bring my food scale. I'm not in my normal surroundings, but it's fine. We will still have a good meal prep. And here are the groceries that I got. It's gonna be a quick meal prep. There's gonna be 3 lunch meals and then 3 meals for dinner. So for one of the meals, I'm gonna have some steak. This is a flat iron steak. And then I have top sirloin steaks here. Boom. And then I have some chicken. Boneless chicken breasts. I'll put all the groceries in the description of the video, as I always do for you guys, because I feel like it's gotta be helpful. I hope you guys appreciate it or find it helpful. And then I got these 2 salads. I've been doing a lot of pre-made salads lately. It's just, honestly, it's easier, it's quicker. I can package these out. They're not really that unhealthy either. Most of the time they're pretty healthy. It just depends on which one you get. This one I have a kale, pecan, and cranberry salad. And this one is a sunflower bacon crunch. Then I got some seasonings, some different seasonings that I've never used before. They were on sale. I have a Weber Chicago steak seasoning, and then a Weber roasted garlic and herb seasoning. So this one's chicken, this one will be for the steak. I like the seasonings that have like these chunks of stuff in it. I don't know if you can see it, but like it's a coarse style seasoning. I think it makes the food, the chicken, the steak, I think it makes it taste really good. And then I got a receipt right here, and 3 large sweet potatoes. Ooh, I also have quinoa, but I didn't have to buy the quinoa. It's over here. I bought it last week. I've been using this boil and bag quinoa. Super simple, super good. And all of that, minus the quinoa, cost about $65. Lately, most of my meal preps have been shorter, like 3-day preps. I'll do 3 lunches and 3 dinners because of my new job, my new 9-to-5 job. So I just try to do preps for about 3 days of the week, and then maybe 1 day of the week I'll eat, or 1 or 2 days of the week I'll kind of eat a little bit more lenient, and then I'll start a prep again on Saturday. It just really depends, but 3 to 4 days is now typically what I prep for, so I can go out and eat a little bit more of what I want. I'm living a little bit differently. I'm liking it. But let me know what you guys think of this meal prep video. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I'm going to start this meal prep off with a voiceover, and then towards the end, the voice will cut off and you'll just have some music and you can watch. But I started off this meal prep as I typically start off meal preps, beginning with the item that's going to take the longest to cook. And in this case, in this prep, it's the sweet potatoes. So what I'm doing is I just washed them, rinsed them, and then I'm using a knife to cut some holes in them, and it'll just help them cook a little more evenly and a little quicker. I'm placing them in these glass baking dishes, and I'm gonna bake them at 415 degrees for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It just depends on the thickness of your sweet potatoes. And then I'm moving on to the chicken breasts, and there's a whole debate on if you wash the chicken or you're not supposed to wash the chicken. I usually always wash the chicken, and then I cut off the fat. You could also use scissors, but I use a knife. I just prefer it. And then I'm gonna get some coconut oil, and I've been using coconut oil a lot lately. I really enjoy it, and I just put about a tablespoon of coconut oil into a cooking pan or saute pan at a medium-high heat. I added 4 pieces of chicken, enough room, not putting them on there so they're touching or super close, just helping them or letting them cook. And I added some seasoning, and I'm gonna cook them on medium-high for about 6 to 8 minutes. That is a new seasoning, the Weber seasoning that I got. I do like it. I like that coarse seasoning, like I said. And then the chicken will be done, and then I moved on to the steak. So the same thing with the steak. I am cutting off some of that fat just because I'm gonna add coconut oil to these when I cook them. People say the fat's the same. That fat is not the same. The fat on the meat and the coconut oil, they're 2 different fats. So I always remove that that fat from the meats, or as much as I can. So just do your best and remove that fat. And then again, I'm gonna place them on a medium, well, not a medium, on a skillet at a medium high heat. I added some coconut oil, and I'm gonna use this Weber Chicago style steak seasoning, which is really good. And I'm gonna cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes per side, just a really high heat, cook them quick, and then I'm gonna move them to the oven. I'm gonna finish them off in the oven. I find that that's just a really good way to cook them, or the way that I like to cook them. Again, there are many ways to cook these foods, and you can cook them how you would like, but I'm just showing you what I do. And then I'm gonna bake them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 4 to 6 minutes, depending on how you like your steak prepared and how thick they are. The cook time will vary a little bit, but mine is about a medium rare, which is perfect to me, just because when you have to reheat them in the microwave during the week, they will, cook a little bit more. I mean, not a lot, but a little bit more. And then I move on to the quinoa. So I do this Success Boil and Bag Tri-Blend Quinoa. I've been doing it often. It is delicious. It's just these bags here. I'm gonna place a couple of them in this water, and that bag broke. So the bag of quinoa just ripped open, and now I'm just gonna dump it all in there, and you have to make do. So I just cooked it out of the bag, and now I have to strain it. Normally you wouldn't have to strain it like this with a strainer because it's just in those bags, but again, in my case, the bag broke, so I had to strain it with a strainer, but it's not a big deal. And then I'm packaging the meals. So I thought I recorded it, but I guess I didn't. I put 3/4 cup of the cooked quinoa in 3 of the meals, and now I'm putting a cup to a cup and a fourth of the cooked chicken. And then you're gonna see the rest of the meals being prepared out, which I talk about at the end of the video. So I'm gonna stop talking now on this voiceover and just let you watch the rest, and I will see you guys at the end. Alright guys, and that is it for this week's meal prep. So what I have is 3 lunch meals, which is the chicken and quinoa, and since I didn't have a food scale, what I did was I just used 3/4 cup of the cooked quinoa, and then I did a cup and a quarter of the chicken. So not perfect with the macros, but I can figure I can get it pretty close. And again, for macros, all that type of stuff, it is in the description, so make sure to check it out. I do that to try to help you make sense of this. Hopefully it helps. And then I have a side salad with it as well. So I just put the dressing, all of that on it, it's ready to go. And it doesn't really get soggy. I know some people ask if that happens, it doesn't. So, or I haven't had it happen yet. So that's lunch, store them in the fridge until it's ready to eat. Then for dinner, I have a sweet potato. It's not weighed. I just picked them out of the store. Like, I tried to pick some that were like similar in size. So there we go. And then I have another cup and a quarter of the steak. And then it has a side salad as well. Also store them in the fridge until it's time to eat. So that is it for this week's meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am coming back with more of these types of videos. I miss doing them, but life was a little hectic. So trying to find that balance. It's getting better. It is getting better. And yeah, make sure to keep an eye out for more videos. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. I'm out.